Hi, it's Ewan Ellery here making bonsai in Australia, and in this video I'm going to make a bonsai out of my dwarf Schefflera. So I've got a couple of others that I've made previously, and I did do a video a while back about, I think it was maybe 10 months or so ago now, where I actually planted this particular Schefflera or dwarf umbrella tree from a cutting. So I'll link that video up above if you want to check it out. But yeah, so it's been taken off quite strongly. Just going to prune it back and repot it, and yeah, do the first steps in turning it into a bonsai. So I do also have a couple of Brazilian cherry cuttings that I threw in here some time ago now, which I didn't really think would take off, but they have. So I'm just going to have a look at those as well. Try and take them out of the pot as safely as I can, and put them into another pot just to keep them growing. Really don't want to yank it too hard. Oh, there's a big worm in the bottom. Okay. So, yeah, one of those Brazilian cherries with the roots. And they've both got pretty decent roots there. And just going to put this worm in the pot that I'm going to put those into. And this is quite, quite good soil. So I'll just transpose the rest of that into the top of this pot. Put these Brazilian cherries back in. Alright. So yeah, very interesting how it's rooted, but I'm just going to rinse it off so I can show you a little bit better. So it's it's rooted distinctly just on one side. So you can see this where I took the cutting there, and yeah, it's just rooted on this side of the cutting, and it's just healed over on that side. So really not an ideal kind of root structure there whatsoever. So I'm going to have to think about what I'm going to do there, but what I'm going to do just to kind of see if it works is screw away some of the oops, accidentally kind of chopped off this other root here. That's fine, it's not where I want it growing anyway. But yeah, just scored away some of the healed kind of part of the cutting there, just in the hopes that it'll kind of get a bit of rooting out on the side here. So I'm not going to do a lot more in terms of root pruning, just kind of prune a lot of the longer ones back so that they're a little bit more in the size profile I want. So I'm also not entirely sure what I want to do in terms of the overall structure, but I do want to be able to get a fair bit more taper in it. So what I might actually do is prune it back, prune the main trunk back right to just a little bit above where these other two, back to just a little bit above where these other two branches are coming, just above a node. I'm actually going to just scrape off a bit more of that. Yeah, hopefully I'll get roots coming off there. Right, we'll see. But yeah, so I've just kind of pruned it back there a little bit up so you can see where the where the kind of lines are in the trunk here. So I'm just pruning it a little bit above where the other can probably actually get away with. Just coming back slightly further. So what that is intending is basically, yeah, they normally die back to the next little line, so it'll die back to right where this leaf is, and hopefully not interrupt the growth here. So yep, that'll be about there for now. So I'm just going to decide which pot I want to put it in. That one's a little bit funky, but I'll just put it in this nice shallow pot for now, slightly larger. So just throw a couple of drainage screens. Now this, just going to reuse some of this soil because it is, yeah, quite good soil. It's been growing really well in it already, and also so my normal kind of potting mix, which yeah, I've actually made a video on that, so I'll leave a link above so you can hit on that if you're into making your own potting bonsai soil. But that particular mix, it's very kind of open and porous, which is really good for drainage and the likes for yeah, a range of different varieties of bonsai, all your conifers and that kind of stuff. But it's definitely worked well for most of my other bonsai as well. The only reason I'm using this instead of that particular soil is because it is very porous, so it's not very good soil for growing a cutting in. And given that this, I want to grow roots off that location where I just peeled it back, yeah, the contact with this particular soil, the even contact all across that area, is going to be a lot better. Keep it from kind of, yeah, drying out there quite so much. Just yeah, more chances of having it root. So yeah, really nothing special from this at all. Now I've planted it, you might notice, on a little bit of an angle. Now the reasoning for that is when I put the roots into the roots that were established, are kind of coming off further on this side, and then where I want the other roots to grow, which is actually a little bit higher up than the other roots on this here side. So just landing on that angle is hopefully going to even out that gap a little bit. Get a bit more character in the trunk. These branches should go a little bit more horizontal, sorry, vertical. So yeah, a little bit more character and movement in the trunk as well, but mainly for that yeah, flatter root plane. So I've also got this little piece that I pruned off the top, so I'm just gonna, no real expectation that this is going to grow, but I mean, the last time I got one of the cuttings growing well enough and rooted, so yeah, see how we go with this one. And I'll just water this as well, and yeah, see how it goes. So I will also just probably for the, I guess, the current aesthetics, just prune back a couple of these branches, and there's one here that I think a bird came and started eating away at some of the leaves. Bush turkey or something. So yeah, we'll leave those two branches there. So yeah, the one branch which will probably hopefully get a bit more growth coming up here is the main leader, unless this one takes off here. But yeah, so it'll have a couple couple key trunks in the future. So there's my Schefflera, with the first steps at turning it into a new bonsai. So look, I hope you enjoyed this video or took something from it. If you have, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel to be notified of my future videos as I release them. So look, thanks for your time today. Enjoy. Bye.